whenever it all started, I don't want to give my speech away, but whenever it all started, it was just about having fun and um, by the luck of the draw, we went to a Mizzou camp, and my career got to continue because they got to see me. But at the time, it was just again about having fun and experiencing, Mizzou football and whatnot. And so for it to carry on, it's been a blessing and be able to be here and meet these great individuals who are also being inducted. It's a tremendous honor. And getting a phone call was something I guess the lineman in me didn't expect would happen. So um, I have had a kind of fun, exciting career, from Lebanon to Columbia to Seattle to Houston. So it's been an adventure and a fun one, and one I'm happy to recognize.
Can we touch on your career at Lebanon? In your career, you're 46-0. What was that like to be on a team like that?
Well, the 46-0 was my wrestling career.
Oh, was it really?
My senior year.
Okay.
So went 46-0 and then won state championship. But that was pretty special. It was just a year where I was kind of in tune with my body and how it operates. And Coach Randy Roark and Redmond and Clint Smith, they all did wonderful things for me. And Mike Weiner coming in and wrestling me every now and then. Things just kind of clicked and all the stars aligned for that season to be the way it did. And I since we're talking about it, I think wrestling is a great thing, and I think if you're trying to be good at any sport, you should definitely be good at multiple sports.
I actually just interviewed a Lebanon wrestler, and she had played football for a few years, and it was actually to help her out on the mat. How do you see the two sports translate?
Well, for me, I've always said wrestling taught me how to be a competitor. And I said if you get a football team full of wrestlers, it's going to be gritty, like you could say, kind of like the Detroit Lion type attitude. Because it's the man in the arena, all eyes are on you, and it's either you're going to win or lose. And so if you get a lot of individuals with that mindset together, how can they help someone else improve and win? Because I didn't want to lose on the football field, and I think that mindset came from the wrestling. And so just being able to go out there and scrap and compete.
And then your time at Mizzou.
Where people were, we don't know what they'll do because my senior class, we came in and I always thought there was something special about them. And kind of seeing it happen year after year and seeing that the university is getting better and better and we're finding our groove. And then it kind of happened. Coach Pinko kind of gave us the team, kind of gave the team to the players, and we took it and ran with it, and we had great leadership. Great players, and we were just top to bottom, full of competitors, just hungry, and arguably could be the best team that Mizzou's had to this point. So that'd be a fun conversation.
Can you touch a little bit on this season? Did you pay attention to what was going on, or what were your thoughts?
You can. I think the argument you could have is, what was it, '08? Chase Daniels last year. My class, my last year, and then this past season have been, three of the last amazing seasons they've had. And so I think what Drinkowitz is doing is amazing, and especially with the NIL and how competitive that's become to, be a top-ranking school, to be able to see what they're doing. And the running back Cody, his story and how they're just full of that. It's just kind of the show me attitude that Mizzou has and Missouri in general, and the grittiness that, the Midwesterners have.
Right, great point. You talk about the grittiness, right? Can you just talk about, I guess maybe, is it something in the water? Is it just the Midwestern values? What is it about the Ozarks that seems to have produced a lot of great talent that are enshrined where you're going to be and also have gone on to great pro careers?
I wish I knew that answer. I always come back and Lebanon's got their hand in the dirt and they're just trying to run through people on the football field, and it's just kind of that blue collar type thing. And maybe it's because the weather goes up and down so fast. It'll be negative, and then it'll be in the 30s, and so you just got to be prepared for the unpreparable. So But I don't know. I just think, everything falls to the center, and Midwest is kind of in the center, and that's where I'm just making something up. I have no idea.
It's all right. I'm good
Can we
with that.
touch on your stint in the NFL? That's what every kid dreams of. So tell me, did it come out to be what you dreamed of?
I think my career was. I always wanted to hit 10, but the way it ended is fine with me. I'm at peace. It's a very touchy subject because it's kind of like a part of me. You know what I mean? But I think getting drafted in the second round was amazing. Getting to go to Seattle and my first year getting to play in the Super Bowl, definitely a dream come true. And if you would have ran the ball and maybe be a Super Bowl champion, but it was amazing. And honestly, until my senior year in college, when all the stars were aligning again and we were just having a really good year, and I myself was doing pretty good, and along with the whole O-line. Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to have fun, and luckily I got drafted to Seattle, and Pete made it that. He kept it as fun as he could for as long as he could, and then you just ride the wave. And so for a long time, people like Russell Wilson was the star to me, and it was kind of surreal, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's Russell. But then, like right now, I could call him and be like friends with, him and Richard Sherman, Marshawn Lynch, just a couple people. But I still see like some people as stars, and to think of myself as a NFL athlete or a star myself, it's still surreal. I just feel like a kid from Lebanon, Missouri, who just went on this incredible journey, and it just kind of it's at the ending spot. We're just kind of closing the book. So
I want to ask you. So you have been to the Super Bowl, and we're going to see one next weekend. First of all, I want to know: are you a Chiefs fan?
I no.
No, that's okay.
I grew up. I didn't have favorite teams. I had favorite players. Like I liked watching Dante Hall. Jerry Rice was a family favorite of ours. And so I liked watching the sport, and I still do. I'll watch every game, throw in red zone. And so I personally thought Detroit was going to be in the play, like in the Super Bowl. It just made sense. But I think it's a rematch that should happen. I'm not going to pick a winner because, I don't want no one to be mad at me. But I think it's going to be a tremendous game, and I think Mahomes obviously is, arguably one of the best quarterbacks to play. But I think Purdy's going to have a good game, and so I don't know who will win, but